What is up, Nerdy Squad? Welcome back once again to my channel. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. So your boy is back with a new video, and we gotta talk, man, because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the man himself, has a new movie dropping in 2 days, November the 15th, called Red One, starring him, J.K. Simmons, and Chris Evans. And this movie is only projected to do $30 million at the box office, and the budget for it is $200 to $250 million. That's right, y'all, $200 to $250 million. And it's not looking good. It is not looking good at all, and I gotta say, I am not surprised one bit. And the only thing I'm actually surprised by is that this movie is going to theaters. I really thought it was going straight to streaming, but nope, it is headed to theaters. And the sad thing is, as much as I like The Rock as an actor and as a wrestler, his movies aren't big box office draws, especially with him being the leading guy. I've been a fan of The Rock's movies ever since you can go all the way back to his first film, The Scorpion King, where he was the leading guy, not his cameo appearance in the, second Mummy movie? His first movie, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, a lot of his movies, especially over the last 5 or 6 years, maybe, they have not really been doing good as far as putting butts in seats. I believe the numbers on Rotten Tomatoes has only got this movie at a 39, maybe 36%. Check it, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. And this movie, it looks like it's just going to be another popcorn flick where you just turn your brain off and you just enjoy it, which is nothing wrong with that at all. But I think it's gotten to the point with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson that people expect to see him in movies, but they expect to see him be Dwayne Johnson and not the role that he's playing. And that's really sad, because I believe if he would have really put in the work, dedicated the time, maybe he could have probably started in some other roles outside of action and adventure / comedy movies. Maybe he would have been in some drama movies. I believe he was saying early in his career that Hollywood were trying to bend him to get him to fit into the movies they want him to fit in, and yet he was able to make Hollywood bend to him. And at this point in his career, everybody expects Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to just be himself in these movies. And from the look of this trailer, that's exactly what this movie is going to be. Another Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's what it is. And it's really disappointing, man, because with a budget that high, you would expect it to be a really good big box office hit. But it's not. It's a really small movie set during the holiday season, and it is not set to put butts in theaters, which makes you call into question, over the last 5 or 6 years, is Dwayne Johnson really worth the big money that is being printed to get him to star in his movies? Because I'm pretty sure when you think about it, that's where a lot of this money is going. It is going to his pockets. It's probably going to J.K. Simmons' pockets. It's going to, I believe, the chick from Charlie's Angels, a.k.a. Lucy Liu. And it's going to Chris Evans' pockets. But none of it is looking like it is worth the money that was printed and spent to get them to star in this movie. Now, I believe this is a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie. It's not a movie that's coming from a theater. A studio that they came up with. I believe it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's baby. But unfortunately, it just does not feel or look like it is worth the money. I have not heard any other YouTuber really talk about this at all. I feel like I'm probably the only one, of course I'm hollering, that has really been talking about this movie a lot. Maybe just to myself and my close people, but not in actual videos. But I've not seen one person really talk about this movie, and it is really disappointing to see. I like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but he's not that big of a draw when it comes to his movies. And it's sad, it's disappointing, because, like I said, it really makes you call into question, is the money being printed worth paying this man when the movies that he stars in, especially if he's the leading actor, aren't even getting butts in seat, or it's not bringing back the investment that you put into these movies. Red One only projected to bring in $30 million off a $200 to $250 million budget. That's terrible. That is really, really bad. And it really goes to show that just because you sign up big stars and have big names, the big names don't really seem to matter anymore. They're not putting butts in seats. They're not getting fans flocking to the theaters. And it's just turning out to be a waste of money for the studios. And another thing when it comes to these studios is all the money that they're spending on these movies to have made. They really got to start cracking open the books and saying, okay, where can we cut into this budget? Because we already know if we hire big studio actors, we're going to have to pay them big money. But there has to be some point where they say, you know what, we can't keep spending like this because we obviously are not getting a return on the investment that we are making to bring these actors and actresses into these movies. And even if this is one of their babies, maybe they need to have their own studio and have it released rather than go through another company, because these companies are taking hits with these films. And obviously with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Red One, $30 million off a $200 to $250 million budget is not going to be a hit at the theaters. Again, when you release movies, especially projected numbers, they're only going to continue to drop. They're not going to start low and go up. They're just going to continue to drop. And like I said, I haven't really seen anybody talk about this on social media. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this as far as YouTube goes and other YouTubers, whether it's been trailer reactions or just in general talking about their excitement to see this movie. I've seen jack diddly, nothing. And maybe I need to go look some stuff up to see if anybody's been hollering, but there's been nothing about this movie that people have been talking about. And it's such a disappointment at this point that when you go to a theater, you expected to see The Rock just be The Rock. I know there's a picture floating around. I've seen it on social media several times where it's The Rock in basically the same shirt, and then there's a forest, there's a background, and people are like, this is, and the caption says that basically this is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in 4 different movies, and he's basically wearing almost the same similar shirt. This is not him in the same movie. This is him in 4 separate movies, which I guess The Rock loves his jungle movies because he starred in a lot of them. But the fact is that people expect him to see The Rock just be himself in these movies now. And it's really sad and disappointing because he's a big box office star, but he's not a big box office star that is getting butts in the seats. Unless he's starring in an ensemble like the Fast and the Furious films, that is the only way you can mention him bringing butts in the seats. But as far as his own movies, especially if you look at his movieography over the last 5, 6, 7 years, nothing that he's put out has really put a lot of butts in seats, or it's really nothing that you're going to look at and go be like, man, I really want to see this movie. If you are, you probably just have it to put you to sleep or just have it in the background while you're busy doing something. But nothing that has really dropped that he starred in that has wanted to really get fans in the theaters. Anyway, that is my opinion on Red One. I might check it out in theaters. I might wait till it's streaming because from the trailers, it does look good. It feels like one of those popcorn movies, like I said, where you just turn your brain off. That is movies that I enjoy seeing. But I do want to know y'all thoughts on Red One basically being a flop at the box office, only projected to bring in $30 million. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell. I'm out. Peace.